The Voice Top 13. That's what we saw on Sunday night. Welcome, guys. Johan Bester here from Charisma Performing Arts. And I decided to check out 3 of the top 13 singers. And I chose ones that I haven't yet done an analysis video on. So now we're going to look at ROWAN GRACE. And I read about her this morning because I remembered that she was young, but I forgot. She's really only 16. And I read that she comes from a musical family and in a small town in South Dakota. She's always been involved in the music scene since she was young. So that's often the story with these guys, hey? They have a journey. I always say that if you are born with great instincts for anything, but in this case musical instincts or talent, and you're not in an environment where that can be sculpted, where discipline and structure can shape that natural gifting, then you won't get anywhere. So, yeah, it's often the case when you listen to the backstories of the singers that we see on these kinds of shows, then they come from a family or they grew up in a church where they were always part of the music, or their dad is a musician, or their grandfather, or, whatever. So, yeah, it was interesting to see that. So let's check it out. She chose, the topic you might know the theme was choose a song, top 13 singer, that means a lot to you, or that meant a lot to you, or that had a great impact on your life. So that was an interesting, and I think a really good theme for the singers, so they could really go with a song that they probably know very well and probably have sung a lot, and a song that they can connect with emotionally. So I think that's what the audience and the coaches were looking for this time. So it's like, you chose a song, you say it's a song that means a lot to you, so let us see that. So she chose an ABBA song, which is interesting, right? Because she's 16. So anyway, let's check it out.
We've gone through, though it's hurting me, now it's history. I've played all my cards, and that's what you've done too. Nothing more to say, no more race to play. The winner takes it all. They're standing small beside the victory. That's her destiny. Tell me, does she kiss like I used to kiss you? Does it feel the same when she calls your name? Somewhere deep inside, but what can I say? Rules must be obeyed. The judges will decide. Facts are nearby. Spectators of the show always staying low. The game is on again. A lover or a friend. A big thing or a small. The winner takes it all. The winner takes it all. The winner takes it
So I think ROWAN has a real gift. I think it's a lovely voice. I think she really is a natural. performer. Yeah, like I said, when I saw the choice of song, I thought that's interesting. Now, disclaimer, I'm a huge fan of ABBA's music because I think so many of the melodies, and it's especially the melodies, hey, in ABBA's music, are just so incredible and timeless. I mean, it's really incredible that a band like ABBA have so many worldwide hits and songs that are known all across the world, from China to Japan to Brazil to Sweden. You know, people know ABBA. Well, Sweden, hello, they are from Sweden. But you know what I mean, like all over the world, people know ABBA songs, and they don't just know one, right? It's like when you say Leonard Cohen, most people don't know who you're talking about until you say Hallelujah, and then they go, oh yeah, I know that song. Now, Leonard Cohen is an incredible songwriter, and he wrote many incredible songs, but most people only know that one. Do you know what I'm saying? So ABBA's music has just transcended time and generations. So it's not super surprising, especially if somebody like her grew up in a musical environment or whatever. But it was an interesting choice, and I thought, how is she, a 16-year-old in the year 2022, going to connect herself with that song? And I think she did a good job in general with this performance, but for me, I didn't feel the connection with the song. Maybe if I heard the backstory, something would make more sense to me, but just looking at it blind, and remember, that's what I do, right? Maybe most of these videos, I watch them once, or I watch a part, or some of them I've never seen before. So the idea is that I don't know the backstory and whatever, necessarily, right? So I'm looking at it at face value, and I'm like, is it a good performance? I didn't feel the connection between her and the lyric and the emotion of the song as much as I think she was hoping that would come across. And you might differ from me. Please let me know in the comments. I'd like to know what you think about what I say. But that's what I felt. Also, some of her, the step together, like step that she made later in the song, and the shoulders, it didn't feel to me like it matched the messaging of the song, the emotion of the song. It seemed a little bit planned for me and not so natural. Vocally, I think she did well. All the C's and the occasional D's that she sang was well under her control. Her intonation is very good, right? So that means pitch, singing the pitch correctly. That's very good. Also in G major, so the low G's she sang was okay as well. So I think she did well. It's clear to me from this performance that she is young, and that's not a negative. Again, I say that a lot, but it's not a negative. It's a reality. There's some growth still ahead of her, which is logical and which is to be expected. Some growth vocally and some growth in terms of stagecraft. And she made some interesting choices as well. Melodically, she changed the melody a little bit, which I think was a valiant effort to try and make the song her own. But yeah, for me, it wasn't as successful. But I wish her all the best. I think she's a lovely young lady, and I think she's gifted, like I said. And I hope that she can keep growing and working and find the lane that she should be in, you know, so that she can really blossom and she can prosper in that space where she belongs as a singer. Thanks for spending the time with me. It is a joy and a pleasure to talk about these singers with you guys. And until we speak again, please take care of yourself.